Hello guys, my name is Primus Nkembeteng. One more time, I'm here to present a speech on a gun ban, and let's see what I get. Alright, in order to talk about gun ban, let's go all the way back in 1789, when this Second Amendment, was put in place and revised in 1992. The Second Amendment simply says a well-regulated militia being necessary, to the security of a free state, the rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. What does this mean to you, or how do you feel about gun control? What's the essence of me posing this question? The essence is all about you to have yourself in the place where do you place yourself before I dive into what I gotta show you? Where do you currently stand in terms of gun control or gun ban? In order for you to make a clear decision, after presenting to you what I have, then you'll be able to make your conclusion. Alright, let's go. So these are the types of assault weapon that I went through the net in order to find, semi automatic, assault weapon that a whole lot of people have been using recently in order to do a whole lot of mass shooting. Okay, these are problems with guns. I came up with some 5 issues, in terms of guns. We have suicide. We see a lot of people taking away their lives. Not only their life, the life of their loved ones, like their wives, probably, or the girlfriend. For what reason? Probably they were mentally ill, or probably because they have some serious issue going on, because probably one of them is trying to break up with them or something like that. Another issue we have with guns is accidental death. Sorry about that. So, so many people have died due to accident from guns, in the sense that probably kids, they reach out to their moms or their parents' guns that are probably not well placed or not well kept. Even adults, in an event where they get to play with a gun or handle the gun wrongly, and it fires up and probably gets somebody killed. Homicide is a very big one, in which we have armed robbers, drug dealers, people of all type of sort, that simply just out there to do harm to people in order to get something from them, or just to kill for other reason, And then we have the legal intervention. Legal intervention is very technical, in the sense, my point on this is all about, let's take for example, a police officer stops a car and approaches the car, and then in the course of the discussion, and you try, to move around, or probably trying to get your wallet, and you end up getting shot. He shoots you because he was afraid of his life, thinking probably you have a gun. The reason why all this went wrong, because they know there are guns out there in the society and nobody else is safe. So in the real sense of mind, he might be thinking maybe you're probably getting a gun, to fire against him. That's why he probably gunned you down. And we all see a lot of cases that have been on TV with cops shooting unarmed, black men, white, or probably Hispanic, for no reason, and it's quite justified because he saw you making just a wrong move. Again, not good. And then we also have a whole lot of death that has been undetermined due to gunshot, be it suicide, accidental, homicide, or legal. Actually, we don't really know. So those ones have their own category. Alright, we move forward on statistics on gun violence in the G8 countries. These are the most developed countries in the world. So when we look at it, we see United States has 3.2. That's been very outstanding, out from all the other charts. And we have Italy is on 0.71%. Canada is on 0.5%. The United States is on 0.1%. Japan has 0 death in most of its years. And Germany is 0.2, France is 0.1. So when we look at all these, the chart speaks for itself. The United States had gun laws that allow its citizens to possess arms, even with the gun controls put in place, yet massive killings happens every day. Other countries, if we look at the numbers are really low because of their gun policies that are in place. Most of them had no gun into the society, meaning they ban guns to the civilians into the society. Already the law enforcement possesses gun in order to carry out their job effectively. We have another statistics that shows us, a yearly death in the United States from 2012 to 2016. On the right, we have a deadly mass shooting in the modern U.S. history. The highest was in 2017 with 58 people being killed and several people being wounded. Don't get me wrong, in 2018 we also have a lot of mass shooting that had happened, but they had really been updated yet. But none of them has actually surpassed the Las Vegas, 2017 mass shooting. We also have statistics on gun violence despite its gun control in the U.S. in terms of suicide. This chart actually shows suicide that happens between the whites, the blacks, and Hispanic. When you look at the chart, the whites top the chart in terms of suicide, and the blacks actually, intertwine with the Hispanic. And when you look at the age limit in terms of suicide, 80 to 84 or above 85 is actually those ages where a whole lot of people, commit suicide with gun violence. Alright, a survey to the American people was done, and it simply, poses the question, is it possible to ban guns in the American society? 68% say yes against 37%. Actually, there's a source right there for you to check the credibility of the information, and you can go deep into it by reading into the comments of each and every one, because they had the option of stating why, they wanted gun to be banned, or suppose if they wanted gun to be in the society. As you can look on the picture right in front of you, we have protesters having plaques, expressing their opinion. One says, gun don't kill people, gun controls does. Just to tell you, the gun controls in place are not actually helping, but helping to kill people. And the other person says, fear the government that fear your guns. So that was another expression of his. So these are some arguments, that are brought forth from a gun advocate, and the reason why they are wrong. Like they say, gun don't kill people, people kill people. It may be true, but the people, if they are not in possession of gun in order to do the mass shooting, then nobody will probably die. For example, we have suicidal people with depression, and those who are angry, probably because they got fired from the job or for what other reason. If they are not in gun position, they will be unable to do mass gun shooting, or probably to kill anybody, or probably, end up, apprehended after, dealing with just one person. If only everybody around was armed, an ordinary civilian could take out a mass killing before he got too far. Actually, why is it that this hasn't really happened before? Because the police officer, or probably a well-trained, civilian, before they could act, the damage will have been done already. And we also have seen that, still happening in our society. Another argument was, why don't we need more laws? We just need, to enforce the laws we already have in place. Already the laws we have in place already, the gun control laws we have already in place, over 200,000 laws in place, are not still helping, but yet people die each and every day. Another question that was being posed was, criminals will always find a way to get guns no matter what measures we take. So what's the point? Can we make it harder for criminals to get guns, or harder for mental unbalanced people with murderous intent to kill so many people? If not, what next? No such question in place. So we all just need, to get guns out of control. So this is just a food of thought. There are 200,000 gun laws on the book. The National Rifle Association and other pro-guns groups have often cited the 20,000 gun laws that already existed on the books as reason why more enforcement, not more legislation, is the answer to curb gun violence. That just hasn't been true. We all see our society is being plagued by mass shooting each and every day. Question to answer and to make valuable decision on. American people are calling for assault weapon ban, but most murders in the United States are committed using handguns. What is the plan to address handgun violence too? Gun advocates, especially the NRA, the solution is not to pass more gun law, but to enforce the ones we already have on the book. But are they helping? What will tougher laws accomplish when there are already millions of assault weapons and handguns in circulation? That's not primary. It's not going to solve the issue. So have background checks and gun violence. Have background checks and gun violence. Can they stop all the mental ill population, criminals or domestic abusers from purchasing guns legally? I don't think so. With all the gun loopholes we have in place, nothing is probably is going to happen. So I'm calling on each and every one, especially my brothers and sisters, let's all advocate to ban guns in our society from civilians. It causes more harm than good. We all need to stand up together and say no to gun violence, as well as, ban guns into our society. So many people get empowered just because they hold guns. For little arguments, they take someone's life. That's just not acceptable, and that's not, good for a society. From all the information that I got, these are the work that I cited. I got some information from the Nova ebook library, from the Nova library, which says the U.S. Supreme Court strikes down the DC gun ban, from 2008 and 2016. And then we have Kathy Zenzima, in the Washington Post. We actually, post a whole lot of good questions on gun issues. And we have the American Prospect. The American Prospect was the one that had a lot of arguments on gun advocates against the NRA, and why they were wrong. Then we have the multimedia clip with Pierre Morgan having a debate, with a whole lot of NRA advocates as well as NRA's workers, and making comparison between the United States and the United Kingdom in terms of the death rate and in terms of the reason why gun is not good to the society. And then we also have the William J. Visit, the current and the future state of gun policy in the United States, who also said some valuable stuff based on criminology and why gun should be banned. And thank you. That was the end of my presentation, and I hope you learned something from this presentation, and I pray we all stay safe. If you are a gun, if you possess gun, please be responsible and use it, for the purpose for which it was intended, for your safety. Thank you.